I just wanted to go into this in more detail because it is true. Ready? Wokery risks killing off the ancient tradition of kissing under the mistletoe, according to the UK's leading supplier of plants, mistletoe. About a quarter as much of the festive foliage is up for grabs at this year's annual mistletoe auction in Tenbury Wells, Worcestershire, compared to So 75% of it's gone. Once a staple of the office party, sprigs are now rarely bought by young people. Renowned auctioneer Nick Mr Mistletoe Champion lamented. No, young people are buying health drinks and probably gender-neutral T-shirts. Anyway, I don't quite know well, Jo Barnett, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, I'm very well. How are you?
I'm very good. Relationship therapist, so let's ask you your opinion first. What do you make of this? You're not allowed to kiss somebody under the mistletoe because it's going to give out the wrong impression.
In the context of a work party, it's possibly to protect people from an unwanted approach.
God. Well, just say you don't want to kiss them then.
Listening to how it's put across, I would say that young people don't need mistletoe to kiss someone. You know, they're quite free and confident enough to approach. And I guess in that sense, the mistletoe is a bit outdated.
Really? What? Don't you think really? Do you not think we just live in a place where now, increasingly this world, where everything that's traditional, everything that we do it's got to be cancelled because it's this, or people do. Why is it not just a bit of innocent fun? I mean, what can you put on the top of a Christmas tree? I suppose what do you put now? Somebody said to me, you can't put a fairy, you've got to put a chicken.
Fairy.
What?
Or a star. You know, it is nice and seasonal and traditional until someone gets approached by an unwanted kiss or you know, and that is unfortunate.
Yeah, all right, okay, help me out then, because I'm all for against that, and I completely agree, and everybody knows that. But at what point do we go, well, surely that can just be raised? Why does that have to be a blanket approach? Why does it seemingly, because I'm going to use the wrong words and I don't mean to, but why should maybe the slightest chance of somebody taking chance of that and getting a knee in the knackers take precedence over something that's been going on for years? Are we becoming, I understand the sentiment, but are we becoming almost too detailed in our concerns and our worries? Are we taking away from people the opportunity just to complain, or are we saying that many people have been forced to be kissed under the mistletoe and it's affected them psychologically for years, and only now are they gaining the strength to come out and say...
I would say even if it's 1 in 1,000, companies don't want that lawsuit. No. You know, we've been on here talking about that before. So it's not really worth them taking that risk. And even though I'm a hopeless romantic and I would want anyone to have that opportunity, there could be someone shy in the office and they might have wanted to approach the other person for ages, and this could be their opportunity, and I love that. But sadly, you will get someone who will take advantage. And
isn't that life, though? Sorry, I'm not trying to sound like my dad. Is that not life? That's my point that I'm really interested to talk to you about. No, we should never want to support a situation or have a situation where people can take advantage of others. But is it possible to create a world and a life where everything is so perfect that never happens? Or are we becoming so wound up about anything that deviates that we're sucking the joy out of everything? Seriously.
I see what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the same time, you can walk into a bar and, you know, something can go wrong and there's no one there and there's no mistletoe, but you can still be approached and someone...
Well, think about what we were talking... I don't know if you were listening earlier. I would have thought that what we were talking about an hour and a half ago was infinitely more important. Spiking is one of the most disgusting epidemic. I mean, we had a wonderful section on it. The government have announced they're going to do something about it today. I knew nothing about this until my daughter was explaining to me about being at university and having to put her hand over the cover when he covers it. All of that. Is that not slightly more important for people to be worried about and talk about than, a kiss under the mistletoe?
Of course. I think everyone is concerned about being politically correct, about doing the right thing. And, you know, it's appropriate and it's where it's appropriate. If I was planning a singles party, 100% mistletoe would be a big feature. Even in a family gathering, it could be cute. But if you're talking about an office party, the HR department might just protect themselves.
The HR department.
Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I think that's the reality.
Right.
And there are other traditions that you can have. You know,
I'm going to go home and take my Christmas tree down, turn all my lights off and sit on my own all Christmas.
Don't do that.
I'm feeling really miserable about life now. You can, of course, kick him in the balls, but I take your point. So you don't want to, do you? I mean, what about Mr. Barnett? Is there? I don't know. I mean, do you kiss the old man under the mistletoe or the old woman? I don't know. What do you do?
If your boss approaches you, Merry Christmas, you can always, the same as I do in my dancing, you move back a bit and you put your arms out at a distance. Yeah. You don't want to get too close, and you. But
I was saying earlier that when you realise fundamentally, Jo, and I'm so grateful for you coming on, when you fundamentally realise that you're getting old. I mean, I'm sat here listening to this and I get it. I'm the last person. I hate people that think you can get away with that, but I just worry about the fun's gone. We used to photocopy our backsides and send them to... Do you know what I'm saying? That was the office Christmas party. You could get their arse on the photocopying machine. So
now you're...
Well, now
you're going to be scrolling through Instagram or TikTok and finding something that's going to make everyone laugh. So we're still doing jokes, but they're different kind of jokes.
We love you. We love having you on the show. Thank you so much indeed. The amazing Jo Barnett, relationships therapist.